What's up, everybody? It's Luke James, not the singer. If you're looking to get your music reviewed, you can hit up this email that's right here. But today I'm going to hit you up with my thoughts and opinions on this new album from Dave called Psychodrama. Now, Dave is a rapper who's coming out of London, England, who's made a lot of noise over the past 4 or 5 years, and I did review his last project, the Game Over EP, which really showcased his versatility. On there, he showcased some great storytelling and depth. He also came through with some fun, catchy bangers as well. So this is an artist from the UK who I was really looking forward to hearing more from, and alas, here we are with this project. Now, right from the start, that storytelling is still on full display, because you are getting a bit of a theme here with this therapist who shows up on interludes throughout the project. He kicks it off right on the beginning of this with the song Psycho, where Dave is just unloading about his pain and insecurities over top of this instrumental. You're really getting to know who he is on this song and throughout this album, and that's something that I appreciate about it, because Dave is not afraid to open up his mind and put it all out there. I like the bar on this when he spits how suicide doesn't stop the pain, it just moves it, and then you're ruining other people's lives because now they have to deal with the loss. And that's just an example of how deep Dave can get. He really does have a lot of great ideas on here, and as you listen through to what he's saying, you're surely going to come out of it with some quotables and probably a decent level of respect for him as a lyricist, because I think he's rapping pretty dope all over this project. Streatham is another standout. This is one where he speaks on the harsh realities of where he's come from, including some of his friends who are still stuck back there and some of the things that they've gone through with violence and death and jail, just really going deep. It's a very street track. And the line here that stuck with me is, "Man or dead or in jail, that's useless. Tell a ute if you got a brain, then use it." So clearly, he's a great thinker. He's putting out there that if you have the smarts to get out of a certain situation, make sure you do that. You don't have to turn to the streets and violence like he's seen so many people do. He's really putting himself out there and trying to help people along as well, which is something I can respect from a rapper. So I thought that was dope. We're also getting the song Black. This was my personal favorite, where he's really speaking on the beauty and pain that comes along with being black, including how you have these vultures out there who love to take from the culture, absorb it, and be a part of it, and yet they're not really down for the cause. They don't respect and understand black issues. They're just there to take from it and take as much as they can. That's really all they're trying to do. We see it with plenty of rappers out there, plenty of hip-hop fans as well. Always thought that was kind of funny when people love this genre, and yet they sort of downplay issues that black people go through. It's a whole other topic for another video, but still, I respected him for saying that. And he also speaks on lost heritage due to the slave trade. I thought that in particular was a hard-hitting line, because that's something that a lot of us deal with. We look back through our family tree and we can only go so far back because we don't know where we truly come from, which country. The shit is all fucked up. So I like that he was speaking on that, and that's something that I've always thought about myself. So definitely getting some great content and lyricism from Dave. I can't take that away from him at all. However, there are some moments on here where he is forcing lines a bit. With the song Purple Heart, you're getting this very bland, lovey-dovey joint, although the guitar production is alright. And he spits on here, "I asked her, can you do it like the last time? She said, I can, sir, and I ain't talking about the star sign." That kind of felt like a forced bar to me, the cancer thing. Maybe some people think that's clever, but for me, I wasn't a big fan of that line. And then with the song Voices, we're getting one of the least favorite tracks of mine, because it's just this poppy joint where he's doing some awful vocals on this. So I don't know why he's trying to sing all over this track. Didn't really work. Kind of reminds me of when Giggs was trying to do that singing on his last project. Sometimes rappers don't need to sing. They need to bring someone else on it, or just stick to rapping, in my opinion. But you know what? It's his project. I shouldn't say stick to rapping. That sounds very cocky and like I'm being an asshole, because do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying the singing on that track was not one of the strong points of this project. Now, a much better radio/poppy attempt comes on the song Location. We're getting some very groovy J5 production on here, as well as a great feature from Burna Boy, so I thought this song had a nice groove to it. And then, I gotta point out, once again though, we are getting some pretty bad lines here, like when he spits, "Look, Playboy, I don't need a Cardi." I'm not trying to overstate that there's tons of bad bars on here. I'm just saying that Dave does suffer from the thing that a lot of great lyricists suffer from, where sometimes they try to force these bars too much, or be overly clever with shit that just comes across as not being overly clever, and really just forced. That's just my opinion. Maybe you feel differently. I'm sure you people will let me know in the comments section. But in spite of that, I liked that track. I thought that was a great feature from Burna Boy. And then on Disaster, we get another good feature from J Hus. I've been a J Hus fan for a while, so I was glad to hear from him, especially since I know he's locked away. You're also getting this very cool and kind of wavy atmospheric production here with that puffy synth, and they're showing a lot of chemistry with their back and forth flows. So those were two features on here I really fucked with, and two tracks that I did enjoy. I think as far as just song songs you want to listen to casually, something to bump in the whip, they certainly work. So you are getting a bit of variety with those storytelling tracks I talked about, and these couple of joints that are just cool to have fun with. But moving on, I think my main issue with this project, and something that really held it back for me, is how some of these tracks are very minimalistic with that piano production. Just very light, talking about tracks like Environment and Drama for just a couple examples. And even though the great lyricism and subject matter is still there, all over this album and all over these tracks in particular, because he's giving you these free flow verses, it just gets kind of boring, honestly, because you're getting this bare production, you're getting this free flow form where you're not getting any catchy hooks, bridges, or anything, just a long run-on verse, and that does make it kind of boring to listen to. Even on the song Leslie, where we're getting this beautiful story about this woman who's going through abuse, I think this was really, it's beautiful and ugly at the same time because of what he's dealing with. But my point is, the storytelling on this is great, the production is very minimalistic, it's a long track, it gets kind of dry, but I feel like these songs are fun to listen to for the first time because you're picking all those lines out and you enjoy them, but I don't really want to come back and listen to these long-ass, dry piano tracks. That's just my opinion. Maybe some of you really enjoyed that. I'm not taking away from the artistry part of it. Like, I know Dave plays piano and he's still bringing the great bars, but there's so many of these songs on here that, I just thought they were kind of boring just as far as the song structures went, and that's what really had me ending up with a 3 out of 5 here. Thought this was a pretty good project as far as the lyrics go, the bars, the content, the subject matter. He's really coming through with a lot. The production, I think, is very hit and miss throughout here, especially with those piano joints. So I was kind of disappointed with this, man. I was hoping to get some better songs. I don't know, man. 3 out of 5 feels fair to me. It is what it is. But like I said earlier, you cannot really take away from Dave's ability to spit, because he's a straight up spitter. I just didn't really like the whole sonic palette that was going on with this one. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section. As usual, make sure you do all that good YouTube and social media stuff where you show me love and you show me lots of it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you next time.